Hello everyone, this is lesson 2 part 2 for the registration form from coding. This is from ASP Team Express. What I'm going to do is jump right into where we were. Now for listing purposes, I'm just going to want to not go in too much depth of coding for being a beginner lessons. We'll get into heavy coding in lessons 7 and 8, or on the next lesson when we talk about class and methods. But right now, without classes or get or set properties, what we're going to do, I just want to delete these two right here, and I'm going to add another list box. Okay, and I'm just going to keep this really simple. I'm just going to add another 2 in the gender. I'm just going to write male and female in the list box. Okay, just a little different design. We're just changing up a little things right here. Once we've done this, we'll see that we make sure that we know the IDs before moving on to the coding factor. Okay, so this is list box 1, this should be list box 2, this is comma box 1, text box 2, and text box 1. Perfect. Make sure that you know the IDs before moving on to the coding part. Just get familiar with that from now. So what I want to do now is start writing some code for the event handler of the OK button. What we're just going to want to do is, without connecting us to a database, which I will teach you guys in lesson 6, I just want to pop up another window that shows all the information that we've selected before sending it on. So what I want to do is I want to double click on the OK button here, and it's going to open up our event handler in the button 1 click. Now in this event handler, we're just going to write some code. Now first of all, when looking at this design, we're going to want to write some strings and some string values you can see here for things. So we're just going to write down some variables first. So we're going to write string for the name as a variable, and we're going to write string email, and we're going to put string about for how we heard about us, and we're also going to put string sport and string for the gender, and we're also going to make one for an output. We're just going to call it result. Okay, good. Next, we're going to have to assign each variable to its according control. So how do we do that? Well, we're going to write name is equal to text box 1. You can see here that it popped out our instance here. We're going to click on text box 1 dot text. You'll get familiar to using this a lot faster. Property text. Okay, perfect. We're going to put a semicolon. We're going to have to do that for each one, so I'm just going to do that really quick. Email is equal to text box 2 dot text, and for the about, we're going to put, now we realize that that's not a text box. What was it? Well, it was a combo box. So we're going to make sure that combo box 1 is selected, as well as the text that we've selected inside of that. Now for sport, it was not a text box or a combo box, it was a list box. So we're going to make sure that we pick list box 1 dot text, and we're also going to assign that. Now for result, we're going to make sure that, the gender before result, we're just going to put a space here. Gender is also in a list box, so assigning the list box to text to that variable. Now for result, what I'm going to want to do here is assign all these variables into one variable. Now, how do you might want to do that now, you might ask? Well, it's fairly easy actually. What we're going to do is just put result is equal to text box 1 dot text plus, I'm just going to put an empty string between it, plus text box 2. I'm just going to move a little faster. And then after that, we'll put the combo box dot text. After that, we're going to put the list box 1 dot text, and we're also going to put a little space between that, and we're also going to add beside that list box 2 dot text. Perfect. Okay, we just finished. We put all our variables into one variable called result for making it easy to do an output. So after we've done this, so what we've done so far is just create variables here of string type. And in these string type variables, we've added as a container, we put inside the text. And now that we've done that, we outputted them into one variable called result. Now, how can we make it so that it shows up in another window? Well, we're going to use what we learned from lesson 1, the message box dot show, use the method, and we're not going to show that it is a string type. So what we're going to do is make sure that result, let's try it this way for sure. We're going to put result without any quotations, because result is known right here, and it's known up here that it is a string. So we're just going to close that up, and we're going to save our work, and let's try to compile it and see what comes out here. Okay, let's write John Smith, put his email, john@hotmail.com. We're going to choose friends. We're going to choose basketball as his favorite sport, and he's a male, and let's press OK. Now you can see here that it all popped up. Everything that we've selected has come up as John Smith, john@hotmail.com, friends, and soccer, and male. Now we could also make it more defined. If we feel like defining it more definable, we would go into our code here, and in this result factor we could write in the string a comma, or we could even write a string before this string right here is we could write your name is, and we could put it like this right here. But we're going to have to make sure after we do that we do put an addition symbol between it, and you could put inside this string a comma, and let's do that for every single one. Let's put a comma. Okay, let's save it. Let's run it. You can see here now that we'll put John Smith, email john@hotmail.com. About us, we'll put friends, mail, we'll choose soccer, and we'll press OK. You can see here now that it says your name is John Smith, and see where we put the comma, john@hotmail.com, comma, friends, comma, and we could put on every single one before sending on our post back. Before posting back on the event handler, we would send this information to wherever we want. In this case, I just sent it to another pop-out message box. Okay, thank you for viewing part 2 of the registration form. I hope to see you guys in lesson 3, where we'll be talking about some classes and some methods. Okay, thank you.